Stop blaming your age. I know that sounds blunt. But after 19 years of studying why seniors lose strength, mobility, and circulation in their legs, I can tell you that age is not the primary explanation for most of what you're experiencing. Here's what the research actually shows. The symptoms that most people chalk up to aging, the morning stiffness, the swollen ankles by evening, the legs that feel heavy, the tingling that nobody can explain, are largely driven by a specific structural protein deficiency, and that deficiency is almost entirely diet dependent. Your body has not forgotten how to repair itself. It's just not getting what it needs to do so. In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to walk you through 8 foods that directly address this. Some will surprise you. One will probably make you rethink something you threw in the garbage the last time you cooked chicken. And one is a tropical fruit that most seniors dismiss entirely, but which may be the most important thing you add to your morning routine. Let's start. Let me give you the biological foundation first, because understanding the mechanism is what makes the solution make sense. Collagen is the most abundant protein in the human body, not just in your skin, but in your joints, your blood vessels, your tendons, and the structural framework of your muscles. It is the scaffolding that holds everything together, and it is not one thing. It is a family of at least 28 distinct proteins, each serving a different structural role in a different tissue. Here is where it becomes relevant to everything you've been feeling. Collagen production declines gradually as we age, and that decline becomes increasingly significant past 60. Compounding this is chronic low-grade inflammation, driven by diet, poor sleep, and oxidative stress, which can actively degrade the collagen you still have through enzymes called matrix metalloproteinases. Now, I want to be precise about one thing before we go further, because clarity here actually makes this more empowering, not less. When you eat collagen-rich foods, your body digests them into their component amino acids. It does not directly transfer that collagen into your joints or skin. What it does instead is use those amino acids as raw material to build new collagen of its own. The body remains capable of this synthesis well into old age. It simply needs the right inputs consistently supplied. That is the entire premise of what follows. Not miracle foods, not shortcuts, but specific, well-supported nutritional inputs that give your body's own repair systems what they need to work. Let me start at number 8 and build toward what I consider the most underestimated insight in this entire conversation. Food number 8 is bone marrow, and I want to be upfront with you. Most people watching this have never deliberately eaten it. It has largely disappeared from the modern Western diet, replaced by processed foods that offer almost nothing in the way of structural nutritional support for aging joints. Bone marrow is not itself a direct collagen source. That's an important clarification, but it is genuinely nutrient-dense in ways that support collagen production. It provides glycine and proline, 2 of the primary amino acids your body uses to synthesize collagen. It also contains healthy fats, fat-soluble vitamins, and compounds called alkyl glycerols that may support cellular and immune health. Think of marrow as supplying high-quality raw materials to your body's collagen-building machinery. It does not build the structure itself, but without those materials, the structure cannot be built. The simplest preparation, roast split beef marrow bones at 425 degrees Fahrenheit for 15 to 20 minutes. Scoop the marrow onto whole grain toast with a pinch of sea salt. You can also add marrow bones to long-simmered broths, which leads us directly to food number 7, which works in powerful synergy with marrow. Food number 7 is one that has been unfairly sidelined for decades: grass-fed liver. Liver's value here is not about collagen content. It has very little. Its value is in something arguably more important. It delivers the cofactor nutrients your body requires before it can synthesize collagen at all. Without these, the amino acid raw materials sit unused. Specifically, liver provides retinol-based vitamin A, copper, zinc, and glycine in concentrations that are very difficult to match from most other foods. Copper activates the enzyme lysyl oxidase, which cross-links collagen fibers into their organized, strong matrix. Vitamin A supports fibroblast activity. Fibroblasts are the cells whose entire function is producing collagen. Zinc plays a regulatory role throughout the synthesis process. In short, Liver does not deliver collagen. It delivers the infrastructure that makes collagen synthesis possible. For most people, starting with 2 ounces of grass-fed liver once per week is a low-risk, high-reward addition. Pair it with caramelized onions, lemon, and fresh herbs. The palatability improves dramatically. Food number 6 is the one I mentioned in the opening, the one you've probably been throwing away every time you cook chicken. It is the skin. For 40 years, public health messaging trained us to remove it. But chicken skin, prepared by roasting or slow cooking, not deep frying, is a meaningful dietary source of type 1 collagen, the most abundant collagen type in the human body, and the one that declines most significantly with age. When you consume it, your digestive system breaks it down into glycine, proline, and hydroxyproline, the amino acids your body uses to rebuild its own collagen. The efficiency of this process is improved when you consume it alongside vitamin C. The preparation note matters. Deep frying generates compounds called advanced glycation end products, or AGEs, which promote systemic inflammation and interfere with collagen integrity. Slow roasting or poaching preserves the nutritional value entirely. The most efficient approach is making a batch of skin-on chicken stock every 10 to 14 days, freezing it in portions and using it throughout the week. Food number 5 is bone broth, and I want to address something the wellness industry consistently gets wrong about it. Not all bone broth is equivalent. Many commercial versions sold in cartons have been processed in ways that significantly reduce their amino acid content. If you want the full benefit, make it at home from collagen-rich bones, knuckles, feet, marrow bones, simmered for a minimum of 12 hours. Made correctly, bone broth delivers a concentrated supply of glycine, proline, and hydroxyproline alongside gelatin, glucosamine, and chondroitin. Glucosamine and chondroitin provide structural support for joint cartilage, and gelatin itself supports the gut lining, which in turn supports overall amino acid absorption. One more thing worth noting: pairing bone broth with light, consistent physical activity amplifies its impact. Mechanical load on joints is a signal the body uses to direct collagen repair. Before I reveal the final 3 foods, including the tropical fruit I mentioned in the opening and the food at number 1 that is almost certainly in your refrigerator right now, I want to pause for a moment, subscribe right now, and turn on the notification bell. Now let's continue. Food number 4 is unflavored gelatin, not the artificially colored dessert product, but pure, clean, grass-fed gelatin in its natural form. Gelatin is essentially a partially processed form of collagen. This is especially relevant for older adults, because some reduction in stomach acid and digestive enzyme production is common with age. 10 grams dissolved in warm water or herbal tea each morning is a simple, low-cost addition. Choose grass-fed, pasture-raised certified sources. Food number 3 is small, inexpensive, and sold in a tin, but sardines are, gram for gram, one of the most nutritionally effective foods on this list for collagen support, and the reason is in how they are eaten. Unlike salmon or tuna, sardines are typically consumed whole. The skin and connective tissue provide type 1 and type 3 collagen-building amino acids directly. Type 3 collagen is specifically critical for blood vessel integrity. It gives veins and arteries their elasticity. As type 3 collagen production declines, vessel walls lose flexibility. The result is exactly the swelling, heaviness, and tingling so many seniors experience daily. The omega-3 fatty acids in sardines add a compounding benefit. They suppress the inflammatory cytokines that activate the enzymes that break down collagen. So sardines are simultaneously supplying and protecting. Choose sardines packed in olive oil, not soybean or sunflower oil. Eat them with skin and soft bones intact. A squeeze of lemon on whole grain toast is one of the most nutritionally effective collagen-supportive meals I know. And now we reach the tropical fruit I mentioned at the start. The food at number 2 is papaya, and what makes it genuinely different from everything else on this list is the mechanism through which it works. Papaya contains an enzyme called papain and high vitamin C. Papain is a proteolytic enzyme. It helps break down protein bonds during digestion. For older adults, papain can meaningfully improve the absorption of collagen precursor amino acids from the other foods on this list. In other words, papaya helps you get more out of everything else you eat. For papaya's enzymatic benefit, it must be eaten raw and ripe. Heat destroys papain completely. Slice half a medium-ripe papaya and eat it 20 to 30 minutes before breakfast. It is perhaps the simplest upgrade on this entire list. Food number 1 is the most universally available food on this list. It is sitting in almost every senior's refrigerator right now. It is the egg, and specifically, what most people have been doing wrong with it for decades. Eggs are not a significant source of collagen, but that is not why they are number 1. Eggs, particularly the yolk, deliver one of the most complete collections of collagen cofactor nutrients available. Retinol-based vitamin A and zinc support fibroblast function. Sulfur-containing compounds in eggs support glutathione synthesis, which protects existing collagen from oxidative damage. The preparation method matters significantly. Cooking eggs at high heat promotes the formation of oxysterols from the yolk's cholesterol, which are genuinely problematic compounds. Soft boiling or poaching preserves the yolk's full nutritional integrity. 2 soft-boiled or poached eggs each morning, alongside a vitamin C-rich food, such as tomatoes or fresh spinach, gives you a collagen cofactor profile that is difficult to beat at any price point. If you have stayed through all 8 foods, you now understand something that most people have never connected. The swelling, the tingling, the stiffness, the heaviness in aging legs are not simply the price of getting older. They are signals, and signals have sources, and sources respond to the right inputs. These are not isolated interventions. They are pieces of a system. When supplied consistently and together, they give your body's own repair mechanisms the resources they need to function, not as they did at 30, but meaningfully, noticeably better than they are functioning right now. I want to come back to where we started. Stop blaming your age. Your age is not the enemy here. A sustained nutritional gap is. I'm Dr. Ava Collins. Thank you for watching the Eternal Vigor Way. Give your body what it needs.